Hi guys, welcome back to Allotment Diggers. Well, it's the 7th of September today, 2025. We just moved into autumn. It is the fall in US and Canada, I suppose. It's spring in I would say Australia and New Zealand. So as we start to be closing things down, they're starting to grow stuff, so it should, at least I'll be able to watch other people growing stuff while I'm waiting to grow mine next year. But we haven't given up on growing this year. This week's been a bit of a washout. We're in the greenhouse at the moment. I hope the optics so you can see me clearly enough, because it's quite dark in here because it's dark outside and it's raining. I've got a load of foliage here and I'm using a GoPro, so they're not the best for picking up light. Yeah, this week it's been pretty much like this. We've had a couple of work parties. There was a work party over when I come through the gates this morning. We've been on the Antiques and Collectors Fair today. We bought some awesome coins. I don't normally go on about, but I have bought some fantastic stuff. And very cheap as well. I did really well. If I could have got there a bit earlier, could have got even better bargains, but I didn't, unfortunately. But we'll share what we bought at the end of the video with you. But yeah, this week's been pretty much like this, overcast. It's not been raining all the time. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with, we just come out of hospital. We've been to have an X-ray. Well, it's like this X-ray, but a bit more complicated than that. So we come out of that, and I thought, rather than coming to the allotments first, let's go to Bent's. So you're going to see me going into Bent's. I'll show you a few things that I thought was funny, what we was looking at. I couldn't do much recording in there because I bumped into a friend of mine who works in there and was having a bit of a natter on. You know, she's a bit shy. She doesn't like to be on the camera. Otherwise, I would have put her on the camera. I did buy a few things, and you're going to see me in the video at the end. You see what I bought, and we'll have a ride back to the allotments in the car. We'll speed it up so it's not going to drag, and you get to see me going the scenic route back home. So with that, let's show you what we bought at Bent's.
So where we are at Bent's, there's the car. Let's have a ride in there, walk in there and see what we can find. But yep, these are the times Bent's are open: Monday to Friday 8:30 to 8 PM, and then Saturday 8:30 to 7, and Sunday 10:30 to 4:30. Right, I'm going to have to go on mute because we play music in here. Right, see you when we get into the garden. Well, I will be buying some of these, but not at this price. Look at them, £6 for a few spring bulbs. They've still got some Christmas potatoes here, but they haven't got any garlic or anything yet. Look at these daffodils, £7 for a packet of daffodils. Wow. They've got some beautiful tulips, and I am a sucker for tulips. I certainly don't need any bluebells. I haven't got no bluebells. I do know where there's a field of them. It's a croft, and they're going to be building on it shortly. We might get a few. Oh, these are quite expensive. Loose tulip bulbs, 49p each. Wow. Daffs, crocuses. Oh, I've got the parrot. Not got the eagle wings though, that's the new one. Tulip. Oh, snowdrops. Got thousands of snowdrops. Some alliums. Yeah, they've got them all in, but these are £4 a pack. That's nice. Wow. Double Darwin hybrid, Sun Lover. grow 18 inches high. The only trouble is the winds on the allotments tend to snap these. I've actually got some of them, and got pretty much most of these as well. That frutilla's quite nice. I like that. Oh, that honeymoon there. 10 tulips, fringed honeymoon. £5. That was that one there. I do like them. It's too soon to buy these. It really is. But they haven't got any onions, so we're gonna have to knock it on the head. I've bought a few of these anyway. We'll have a look at my close look in the car. Right, see you in a bit, guys. Well, just been in Bents. Been a tough week this week to do anything. I've just come out of hospital. I'm absolutely glowing at the moment. Literally glowing. Just voluntarily took a pill of radiation, and then had more X-rays on top of that. So yeah, I've been on every X-ray machine in that hospital now. I think that's the first for most people. For me, it's not so much. But anyway, we come down to the Bents looking for some snowball onions. I've got some onions there, onion sets, but I want some snowball. Anyway, we couldn't come out without buying some, so I bought some spring cabbage. So we'll be putting them into some pots. We've got to obviously slice and dice them, so I'll be doing that later. But I thought we'd have a quick trip through Glazesbrook. It's all country and what have you. So if I can set the camera up on the dash without it rolling all over the place, we'll film the journey back. So let's turn the camera around now, and then we'll get started. Okay. So here we go, we're going through Glazesbrook, guys. Hope the camera holds out for the journey. Go and open the pearly gates. I can't believe they haven't parked closer to that mound. It just takes up half the bloody car park. Well guys, we've arrived on the allotments. I'm going to get these cabbages over to the plot and we'll get them planted, or get them potted up at least anyway. Need me flasks, tripod, my Gary Linekers. I'm going to close the pearly gates now and I'll see you over there. So as you saw there, we got some cabbage, spring cabbage. I bought 2 trays and thought, well, we'll get them potted up. So we got all the equipment, we got the compost, everything set up, set the camera up. We started to put them into the individual pots. We got so far in when my mate George turned up like a bad penny, and well, I can't tell you what he says when he turns up. We'll put it way, as a potty mouth. He's probably my best mate on the allotment, or one of my best mates anyway. But we're always seem to be doing a lot of stuff together around the allotments. He's the chair at the end of the day, and I'm on the committee. But yeah, we have a bit of a giggle when he come over. And halfway through, I had to stop. So the next clip you're going to see is me doing the other tray. And well, after a fashion, as you're going to see in the clip. So let's run this clip and show you what we were doing. You keep out of the way. Oh. Hi guys. Well, here we are again. I'm just putting. How many have we got here? 2, 4, 5. Right, I've got these spring cabbage. Went up to Bent's today. Well, actually, come out of Bent's, went to the hospital. Well, start the video again. Well, these are the cabbages I bought from Bent's this morning. When we've come out of the hospital, I thought we'd have a ride up there and see if we can get some onions sets. I couldn't find any, but I did find these. And when you go into a place, you don't go in and don't buy nothing. That's my philosophy anyway. I bought these, bought 2 packs of them. You keep out of the way, Buttercup. I've got Buttercup to the side of me here, wanting to get stuck in. Keep these things, come in handy for next year when we got more time to actually do these. Now what I'm doing, I'm gonna, the only way to do this is to do it like this and just split them and try and get 50-50 of roots. Might as well do this now. Better.
hopefully no one's going to come over and ruin the video like they normally do, but never say never. So this is clover, what we've got here. So it's just a matter of giving them a good firming in. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put them into this drip tray, so we just have to stick them there for now because we've got nowhere else to put these. I've got to be fairly quick because it has been raining this morning, which is a bit of a pain. Yeah, clover multi-purpose. We're just going to bring them on because we, like I say, we've got club root in the beds, and if I don't get good, I'm going to end up cutting myself with that. I actually sharpened that. If we don't get good roots on them, as soon as the club root gets at them, that's it. It's end of story basically. Move these out of the way so I don't damage them. I think you get 10 of these in each of these. Maybe 11 in that one there, but they're all the same thing. I will be adding some lime into the beds and probably some more compost as well from the compost bins. Yeah, I went in hospital this morning. I went in for an X-ray on my stomach, but it's one of them where you have to they give you this radioactive tablet, and you swallow it. You've got to wait for an hour. Yeah, wait for an hour until it goes down your digestive system. Then they take an X-ray. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes. But the trouble is, I've got to go back next week, same time, same day as of today, and I've got to have a repeat X-ray, but I don't have to take the tablet, and it's basically to see what's going on with my stomach at the moment. It's not too good. And we'll find out in due course what's going on. Oh, I can't believe I've done that. I've been robbed, guys. I've been robbed. My mate come over. I had to put the camera on pause, and he's run away with half of them. So we've got 10 of these spring cabbage here, and well, I've got 7 left. Just got to separate them. Might as well go and give him the smallest one. He's got 5. I like even numbers, mate. I don't like odd numbers. So anyway, yeah, he's just been talking about insurance, car insurance and what have you. Says I thought my insurance was this September, but because I waited a few weeks to get a car, when I went to get the insurance for it, it was in October, so I don't have to pay until October for my insurance. So he said he paid 1,500 quid for this insurance. I said, well, you shouldn't hit things, should you? If you don't hit anything, you don't get a speeding fine, you're okay. I won't repeat what he said, but it was funny. So yeah, we just like I say, we're just putting these spring cabbages up, get them pot bound, and then we'll plant them out.
it's been an interesting morning. Trip up to Bents, trip to hospital. They'll be calling me radioactive man next. But honestly, God, like that many different X-rays and CAT scans and CT scans. Yeah, the drip tray that we're going to be using is this here. Yeah, Annie took half the bloody pots as well. Give him some pots. He's probably over there now potting them up. Right, so we got 17, I'll soon have 16. And that one I'm going to take over. Right, I'm going to tip this into that bag. We'll get the drip tray sorted out. We'll stick the pots in, and we'll be right back. So give me a moment or two. Oh, the joy. If you can believe it, it's just started raining. Right, these are going in the greenhouse, so we'll give them a good watering. So just in time we got these into the front greenhouse just before it started to rain. So everything's looking good in here, as is the rest of the brassicas, and I'm going to be putting that Musselburgh leeks out soon. Quite a lot of them there, so that's another job I need to do. But yeah, these are all tucked away in the greenhouse now. Hopefully they'll pick up in next to no time. Yeah, anyway, George run away with half my other tray. I don't mind really, because 16's more than enough I'm going to need. I did take the other one over to him, so there you go, you thieving so-and-so. I said, see them collies there? So my name's on that one there. So I put my label on it, marks. Started giggling anyway. Yeah, so we've got them in the front greenhouse there, as you saw. We've also this week we had a bit of a work party. There was about 10 of us. I couldn't do any filming really while I was there. You probably hear a couple of lads in the background, Dave and George. But what we needed to do was to clear this container, which has all the petrol tools. We moved them into another into a secure unit while we cleaned the floor and got all the fumes and the oil out of this thing. It was so dangerous. If someone would just go in with a match, like go in with a cigarette, it'd probably blow them to sulphur oil. The stench of petrol was so bad we had to jet wash it. So you're going to see a few clips now of the process, what we were doing, and there was a couple of lawnmowers what we was going to chuck out. You're going to see them, and I'll tell you what happened to them lawnmowers at the end of the after this clip. So let's show you what we were doing. So today there's been quite a lot of us down on the allotment. We cleared the container, took all the power tools and everything out. What we're doing at the moment is cleaning the floor and getting this horrible smell of petrol out of here. So this is what we're working on at the moment. Obviously I'm not showing anyone on camera, but there's about 10 of us, and the stuff we took out of it, it's incredible. We're a bit taking history out of here as well. In fact, I'll show you what a lawnmower, what must be 80-year-old. But yeah, as you can see, they've cleaned the floor. I'm going to get the jet wash in a minute and
blasted it all out.
Here's a piece of history. One of the very first lawnmowers, absolutely awesome. Love stuff like this. And there's a bit of the modern stuff. The only trouble is the main shaft is snapped on it. Now I've actually got a brand new shaft and I could fix it, but they're all impatient and they don't want to keep it, so it's going. That's all what's wrong with it. It's just broke off the crank, which is a shame. But yeah, that's gone at tip, and so is this. That thing there, it's probably something like a 49cc engine. There's a choke. That's engage the gear. It's got everything on it. Choke there, throttle. That thing there, that rod coming down there is what you knock it into gear with. Awesome. Yeah, we're clearing the container at the moment, taking all the stuff out so we can jet wash it. About 10 of us here, so I'm not going to show you the camera, show you them all, but yeah, we're clearing the container so we can jet wash it. But that is absolutely awesome. So there we go, all nice and clean. George and Dave did it under my supervision. It looks a treat. Doesn't smell of petrol anymore. So, well, this looks really cool. I like this purple. Yeah, Josh did a real good job there painting that. There is another one to be painted. They put there's for freebies for food and what have you. Anyone get anything to throw in there, they can, and people just take it when they want it. But yeah, did a real good job there. And yeah, there's a couple more things what need to be sorted out as well. Let me show you. If that table looks familiar to you, it should be, because I've got an identical one on my plot. In fact, I was given 6 of them back in the day, and give 2 of them to the allotment with the chairs and everything, and that's all what's left. The rest disappeared. This week, well, you can see this the container is open. Now, you couldn't step in here last week because of the fumes. It was that toxic. All the power tools and everything was in here. So what we've done, we've taken them out. They're stored elsewhere at the moment. This is a chair up for painting. That's going to be painted, I think, tomorrow. And I think they're going to do the benches as well. And then these are going outside, and all the tools are going back in here eventually. So as you saw there, we put all the furniture which we're going to be painting today into there. Now, they painted it all this morning because I was overtaking pictures. Hopefully they put all the furniture back into the lockup so they don't get wet. If you've left them out, God knows what's happened. But yeah, the fumes in that thing, they've completely gone. We've left the door open to let all the, so it dries out. And we're going to be putting all the tools back in there. The lawnmowers that you saw there, now you've seen that very old lawnmower. I was sad to see that go. It turned out Barry took that. I said to Barry, who was taking it, I said, look mate, I said, that's worth a few quid, that, you know. I said, you could get 50 to 100 quid for that. I said, it's antique. He said, do you want it? I said, no, do I? How bloody want it? He said, well, I was going to scrap it. I said, well, before you scrap it, you might ask us anyone what would be interested. He said, you know, make yourself a few bob, mate. You're only going to get 3 or 4 quid scrap for that. And it's worth, you know, it could be worth 50 quid in a night out in the pub for you. He started laughing, said 50 quid. You need a lot more than 50 quid for a night out. 50 quid when I used to go drinking was enough for the week. That's how long ago I've not had a drink in 30 odd years. Not one drop. But yeah, the other lawnmower, I said put it back into the lockup. I'm going to fix the crank on it and then I'll get it working.
there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that crank had snapped off. They snapped the blade off it, and I've actually got the actual part to put on it, so I'll be putting that on when I find the part. I've got it there. I know where it is. I've just got to dig it out, but I'll fix that rather than throwing a 300 quid lawnmower away. And they're going to pay me my 15 quid that I paid for the actual thing which fixed over the crank, over the crank. So we put it back in there, and that's where we left it until today, where they've been over there. They've been painting all the doors on the shed around the around where you come into the allotments. He was going to paint the shop, the outside of the shop. Thankfully they haven't, because it would have just been a right mess. They're going to paint it magnolia. All the paint was supplied by Pete, a friend of mine, who actually give us the parts to fix the taps. So I'll be going up there and fixing the taps shortly. But yeah, that's what they were doing today. But hopefully they put all the stuff into the lockup. Anyway, other things that I have, these are the things that I do every morning. I've got no choice but to do these things, and I thought I'd show you. It takes up quite a lot of time, and it doesn't leave much time to do anything else really at the moment. But let me show you what we do.
Both the bowls full, water there, so she's taken care of. The next thing is I've got to go and fill the water butts in the chicken pen, some croutons, and obviously I've got to put food in the hopper for them because it's getting low. So that's my next job. I think we'll have a 5 minutes break because I'm starting to flounder a little bit here. But yeah, next job's get sorting the chickens out. Camera, I'm absolutely in shock. I've lost 2 of my GoPros. I don't know where I've left them. I had them in these cases here. There's about 3 in that one and there's 2 in that one. But I brought a couple down the other day, and I left them. And I know I've left them here, but I can't find them. So it looks like they've walked. You're talking, well, you know, I bought these things brand new. Try and open this with one hand. So that's what these are. 9, 10. And there's 11s, 12s. That one's a 7. I'm short of my 6, my 5 and my 8. There was in a case identical to that one, and I swear I had them here and they've gone. I come back last night in the pitch black to look for them, and couldn't see them. The only thing I could see was Buttercup. I couldn't see her very well, but I'll have a look around the plot later on. At the moment I'm just still feeding the chickens, and yeah, speak of the devil and she shall appear. I'm gonna have cheese and onion butter. Yeah, there's more cameras in there. That's a Panasonic. That one's a Panasonic as well, and that there is the most important thing. That's my cheese and onion butter. Right, so shut your face. So I'm going to chill out, and I'm going to eat half my butter, and then we'll get on with sorting the chickens out as well. And maybe, hopefully, I can find the other case. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Stop wafting your tail over me butter. Yeah, I'm telling you. And you still got another. Oh, where'd you keep getting these dirty noses from? Look at this. Look up here. Come on, have a look at your face. You scruff. I get a rag on her nose in a bit. give her a wipe. She won't like it, but every time I see her, she's got a dirty nose. She dives in the skips, that's what it is. Unbelievable, isn't she? Well, that's another one of these water feeders I've just cleaned and filled it full of water. I'll get back over to the chickens in a minute. Got a scrubbing brush there, scourer, gets all the dirt off, give them a good clean, and yeah, all I've got to do now is put the food in the hopper, hang everything up, throw in some croutons, treats, and collect the eggs, and I think we're good to go. The hopper that I use to put food in, fill it right to the top. It lasts for about a week. There's a bag of food there. I'll put the water in a minute, and the croutons here, they're more treats. We do this all the time, every day of our work. Maybe get one day where we miss, but they don't need feeding, watering. Could leave them in the coop, chickens in the pens, you know, for 2 weeks without feeding, without having to put water or food in, because there's 2 of them hoppers there full of water. This is full of food. He's got oyster shell as well, although they've flicked all the wood chip into that, but they do scratch in it. And they're constantly getting treats, to be quite honest with you. Every day I bring treats for them. Anyway, let's get the food in the hopper, and then we can get this nightmare finished and collect the eggs. The hopper has been filled up, water there, treats here, chickens over there waiting for the treats. You notice there's another water feeder in there. You probably can see it hanging full of water, but it's about 2/3 of a full. I'll probably end up changing that as well, but right now I just got to get all this lot into there, which is going to be difficult. I've got to fight the buggers to get in there. Well, there they are. Water, food, more water, and that there's the oyster shell. I threw a tomato in there as well, a couple of tomatoes. But yeah, they're happy. I've already got the eggs in my pocket. I'll show you them when we get down to the, well, up to the front of the plot actually. Yeah, they're my potatoes. So they're the eggs. So that's the payback for all the food and water. So obviously feeding Buttercup. I don't know where Buttercup has run off to. She should be in here. It's raining outside. She'll be in someone's shed somewhere, keeping out the rain. She won't stay out in the rain. She hates it. But yeah, the chickens. We have to do the chickens once every couple of days, especially with the water. We've got nice eggs there. I mean, that's the good part about keeping chickens, the constant supply of eggs. I'm thinking about getting a few more chickens, probably in the next month or two. I might go have a ride up to Cheshire Chickens, where I normally buy my Nova Browns from, and get a few more. And they don't last forever, but you know, that's for the future. I'm going to take you on a walk around now. It's raining now, but early in the week it wasn't so much, so I thought, well, we'll show you how everything's coming along, and with that, let's take you on a walk around. Well guys, thought we'd take a quick walk around the plot and show you what's happening. Now, you saw the potatoes last week and see where they were, just coming up top of the bucket. Well, I don't think they're going to be able to stay there for much longer. I'll have to put them into the front greenhouse. Chickens are just having some croutons there. My celery is doing wonderful as well, as is the peas. Just look at them, full of flowers. Looks like we're going to get lots of peas off them. Even the dahlias are putting on a bit of a show. All these are all got to be tidied up sooner. With that many flowers on them, they've gone over and waited again. There's only mews going on the plot, so I will just walk around these rather than walk through there. And the path, I just walk around the edge. I'll leave them as they are for now, but when we get the first frost, that's when I take the dahlias up. But yeah, the Christmas potatoes are doing wonderful there. And wait until we get around the other side and show you the other potatoes. I do see a lot of bindweed in here. Just noticed. We'll have to get in there with and get the bindweed out. I don't want that. But the jasmine looks wonderful. Again, I'm going to come with my shears. I'm going to give that a trim. See how how it grows. It's everywhere. This will need a bit of a trim. This greenhouse is shut at the moment. Want an apple? Apples everywhere. Apples and pears over there. I was going to take some of the tops off these marigolds for next year, but it's rained, so I'm going to have to wait until they dry out again. Yeah, these here, just take the tops, they're wet, so can't do naught with them at the moment. I've got some more rosemary bushes in the front greenhouse, which I'm going to be replacing the ones what are in here. Yeah, these crackerjack marigolds look awesome. Won't be long before the leaves start falling off the gooseberries and they can get tidied up as well. Sedum looks lovely. When that sun gets up, all them bees will be all over them. Again, these are all my crackerjack marigolds. Me dahlias are, I've got to find something better to hold these things up. The heads are getting top heavy and starting to hang over here. Look at the state of them. But yeah, they're dying back now, the flowers, but there's some smaller ones coming. I might put some canes in and hold them up a bit better. I actually got canes in there, but I've not really done a good job of it. This bed here needs a bit of more TLC in there. Tender loving care. I see the yellow flag harvest is starting to open now, so we're going to look at these seeds here, guys. Like little locky pups. I don't really want to. Can get one out. Show you. There they are. Throw them in there. Won't do them no harm. I will be collecting them. Getting a few pots of them. Quite a lot of them on there actually. I saw them in Bents. Just one, like 12 quid. My God. I've been pulling them out of the path to get rid of them. GoPro there, another GoPro over there. GoPros everywhere. Grapes are doing well. Still got lots of tomatoes in here. We tidied them up a little bit. Bloody tomatoes falling on the floor there. But yeah, there's still lots of tomatoes to be had here, so we're not taking them out just yet. These are the rosemary, and as you can see in here, we've got lots of winter plants. That were them cabbages that I potted up the other day. Them ones there needs to start going out. Need to get rid of that felt out of here. Again, lots and lots of grapes in here as well. I tell anyone who wants them, come and help yourself. They're there if anyone wants any. Can't believe how fast this is growing back again. Got something else on. Oh, pot's gone over there. Buttercup, what's she like? She climbs on the roof up there. And she's knocked the pot over, a little bugger. Plot 65, allotment diggers. Let's go down Sir Matt Busby way. Yeah, I think these are almost ready to go. Start bagging these up soon. Alright then. Oh, that one's a bit of a duffer, but these look very nice. Strawberries, there's a few strawberries in there as well. I've got to get in there, do a bit of weeding, seed them. Got runners coming out everywhere. I need to get a few pots of them as well. Rhubarb's still putting out. All this has got to be tidied up. Them apples there look awesome. I have been telling people to help themselves, and they have been doing. Apples everywhere here. All here. You can see them just hanging over the corn. I'm surprised the squirrels have not been in there. Since we took the radish out, these started to grow a bit better. Do need to come in here and do a bit of weeding, then get them rest of them cabbages out there. They're not doing much. The celeriac, however, is doing okay. Purple cabbage is starting to art up now, and the savoys are doing well. These potatoes become mental. Yeah, they're my potatoes. Everyone else's have all died back. These things just keep growing. So I don't know if I'm just leaving them. Hopefully we'll get some nice potatoes out of here. We've already got some nice potatoes out of the first earlies, but these are all main crop here. But 95% of the plot holders on here, all the tops of the potatoes have all died back now. I did put mine in about 2 weeks later than everyone else's, but that doesn't take the fact away that everyone else about a month ago was taking the tops, all the tops was off, coming off the potatoes. So yeah, they're still growing. All this tops are going to the compost bin. That's if I don't see blight. If I see blight, then that's it, we just take it to it. But at the moment they're doing well, so I'm prepared to leave well alone. So that's what the plot's looking like. Still haven't cut these to size, these planks. I don't know if you can see the savoys there starting to arting up now. We've got lots of Brussels sprouts here, they'll be coming home. Again, all these are seeds from the Cocosmia. I don't really want to throw them, oh, never mind, throw them there. End up picking them out the path. But yeah, the corn's growing, but it's, you know, again we put the corn in too late. It's at least it ain't mutated like my mate George's, and it's that it's like it's not massive variety, but it's sort of in between the dwarf and the big varieties of corn. I forget the name of it now, but it's growing. It's just, I hope the squirrels don't get wind of it. Yeah, this definitely needs an haircut here. I'll be coming in and trimming it all shortly. Yeah, I'll be selling it. I've still not done that with these roses. I'll get round to it soon enough. But we took one row of potatoes out of here. I mean, just look at these potatoes. Look at them, how healthy they are. Probably asking, well, how the hell do you water them? Water tank there. and just spray over the top of them. Easy enough. Anyway, we'll come back to these. I'll get a bucket out maybe next week and we'll have a look, see what we got. But these ones are going to have to go into the front greenhouse sooner than later. When the temperatures drop, these will get hit hard. What we'll do is we'll get them in to the front greenhouse and we'll cover them, wrap them round with bubble wrap or something like that to protect them. Right, leave you with that picture. Oh, by the way, the water can there's full, so they are getting watered regular. But since last video, which was a week ago, they've grown about 10 inches over the top of the buckets, which is awesome.
So as you saw, the Christmas buds, which is next to the chickens, they're doing awesome. It was this big when you saw them last. Well, a bit concerned about them for next week, that they're going to double in size again and they're going to start flopping over. It's going to be a nightmare to move them into the front greenhouse. I was thinking sticking a frame over them to give them support and then leave them out another week. However, we do need to bring them into the front greenhouse, so I do need to sort the front greenhouse out. And as you saw in the front greenhouse, in one of the two of the clips, that we got all the cabbages and collies and broccoli and stuff like that, all needs to go out and be planted. So I will be doing some of that shortly, and we'll be putting the potatoes in today. It'll probably be next week that we do all that. You didn't see the chilies in the back greenhouse. We've actually been getting some nice chilies. I've been taking peppers and what have you on. There's a lot of them still not changed colour yet, so you know, when they do, I'll show you what we've got. So that's basically what we've been doing on the allotments this week. It's always the same when I'm having to be running over the road there. I'm constantly in Salford Royal. Just the facts of life. They've got the claws into me now, and you know, they just won't let go, unfortunately. I'm back in there next week. But what we're going to do, we're going to end on an high note here, because I was at the Antiques and Collectors Fair today. I've been buying a few more of them silverproof 10 pences online. We just need 2 more coins. I'll show you what we need. I'll tell you what we need in a minute. I'll show you the ones what we've been buying this week and what we bought in the Antiques and Collectors Fair this week. Well guys, where do we start? These are the coins I've been buying this week. Now all I need is the L and the K, but there I've got the 10 pence silverproof C, D, O, T, X and Z. Now these I've bought this week. I only need the L and the K. I'm already on it. I'm looking at them now on eBay, and maybe I get them later on this week. But these ones are what we bought this week. This here is a certificated what is it, platinum pound coin, Pub Joy. I acquired that. Oh, I can't fingers and thumbs here at the moment. But there's only, I think there's 100,000 of them, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, 10,000 of them. There we go. So we did all right there. Again, that was another nice coin I bought. And then we bought this 75th birthday £5 coin of Prince Charles. I thought I had this out. Yeah, look at that, beautiful. Bought that today. And then I bought again, this is the 65th anniversary of the coronation of Her Majesty the Queen. This one, again, silver proof, beautiful £5 coin. And then
We got for King and Country, silver proof, Army Centenary, I think it is. Another silver proof £2 coin, beautiful. That'll go into my collection, along with all the others which I've got. I didn't put it in straight. Then I've got this one here. This is the Outbreak 2014 silver proof Kitchener Pity. It's got £2 there. And imagine if it didn't have £2 and it was in silver proof, it'd be worth a small fortune. The one you got to look out for in your change is without the £2 on it. But again, beautiful coin. And we got this £5 Peter Rabbit, and it comes in the box. They're about 100 quid, them 120 quid selling for. But the piece to the resistance is this one. And this one is the 2016 silver proof Peter Rabbit. These are selling for about 320 to 340 at the moment on eBay, and well, we picked that one up for half of what I've just said there. So yeah, that's it. We did all right this week. I did buy other coins, but the what's name's too full to show you anymore, but we'll show you them next week. Thinking which is the best one there. Could it be this platinum Isle of Man? No, it's got to be this 2016 Peter Rabbit. So that's what we've been wasting his money on this week. So as you saw there, we bought some awesome coins. I've got to tell you, the Peter Rabbit 2016, that was a steal, 50p, and the silver proof £5 Beatrix Potter coin, that was another steal. The letters, we still need, I think it's the L and K. K is one of the tougher ones. The A is the hardest one. I've actually got the A, as you saw, well, last week, but the trouble is it's not in the box, so I'm bidding on one at the moment for the letter A. The bidding runs out tomorrow, and so does with the letter K and L. So hopefully next week we'll have all the new set, and we'll put them all together and show you what the set ended up with. Fingers crossed that we actually win the bidding. So I'm not going to tell you which ones we're bidding on, because some bugger will probably bid and take them away. So fingers crossed we get them. Anyway, I've got to head off now. I've got to do some. Well, I've got to upload a load of pictures to the allotment group. Do a bit of a write up, then I'll get on with building the video, and hopefully you get to see it a bit later. But I hope the picture quality in here is okay. It's very dark in here. I've got a horrible feeling that it's not going to be bright enough, and we'll have to obviously put a note to the video, but fingers crossed that the video's okay. You can still see me, and we'll continue with the video. Anyway, I've got all my gear here. Fortunately I've got a brolly here to get me over to the car. I've got a brolly in the car as well, so it's not the end of the world. I made sure I've got brollies strategically placed around the allotment. Well, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll swing the camera on and just show you what it's like here, guys. It's been like this pretty much all week, so that's what we're dealing with at the moment. It's horrendous, and we get showers like that up to 2-3 hours at a time, and the sun comes out and then you get a little bit done. But that's what we've been dealing with for the last few weeks. So the videos haven't been that brilliant, and you see me doing a lot outside. This is the reason. Bloody weather. Like I say, I live in Manchester, and this is what it's like.
See how dark it is there. Yeah, it's very dark. And looking here, looking backwards into the greenhouse, it could be dark in here as well. Anyway, that's it for now. Stay safe, and I'll catch you later.